Well, open them.
Oh, yeah. It's so beautifully wrapped that I almost feel bad.
It's for you. I found the original on Everett's desk. I just thought it was so beautiful.
That's you and me, kid.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed that it was Everett.
Thank you very much.
Merritt, you did good.
Meredith, I'm...
Meredith, we've got to...
Everett, please. I know what you're gonna ask me.
that's just my point. I don't think you do.
Hey,
really
Brad,
need it.
you look hungry. I'm just gonna pop the strata in the oven. Everett,
Meredith,
please,
will you
please,
will you
no.
please stop
Everett,
talking
Everett,
and
no,
listen?
I will not marry you.
What?
I'm sorry, Everett. I can't marry you.
I didn't ask you.
What?
You said... I'm not asking you to marry me.
You're not? You didn't... That's just great, isn't it? It's just perfect. It's not like I haven't been humiliated enough.
Meredith, it's not
Oh,
like
it's
that.
not? This isn't exactly the moment you've all been waiting for? You all hate me so much?
Meredith, that's not true.
Oh, I know what you see. Meredith, the spoiled, crazy racist.
What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television. I want to thank all of you for coming back, sharing, liking, commenting, all that beautiful YouTube stuff. I do apologize as of the lack of uploads lately. Tully Television here is in the middle of some behind the scenes things, and which has taken my attention away from YouTube for a little bit. If you guys check out, I did do some shorts that I would upload on occasion, but I know it's a little bit of a long time since a long form video, if you will, and I wanted to get into a retro blast that is a holiday movie. And even though this movie happens near Christmas, I like to put this up around Thanksgiving time because I thought that this can work as either a Thanksgiving movie and or a Christmas movie as well. And I actually seen this movie for the first time within the last month with someone new in my life, you know. And I thought that this movie was really sweet and wholesome. And I kind of remember when this movie came out, but I never really caught it until recently. And I'm really surprised that I never came across this movie again from when it first came out to now. Because this cast is freaking stacked, bro. You know what I mean? It's stacked. It's like, stacked, bro. The movie's called The Family Stone. Okay? It was released December 16th, 2005, and it is called The Family Stone. Stars Diane Keaton as Sybil Stone, Craig T. Nelson as Kelly Stone, the patriarch and matriarch of this family. Rachel McAdams as Amy Stone, Luke Wilson as Ben, Dermot Mulrooney as Everett Stone, Sarah Jessica Parker as Meredith Morton, Claire Danes as Julia Morton, Tyrone Giordano as Thad Stone, and Brian White is Patrick Thomas, Thad's husband. Like I said, this movie happens around Christmas time as the Stone family is gathering, and Everett is going to bring home his girlfriend Meredith, home for the holidays for the first time. They're going to meet Sarah Jessica Parker's character for the first time. Now, the only one that met Meredith before this family reunion that happens annually was Amy, the Rachel McAdams character. And she didn't really seem to be too fond of her. She was making fun of her. There's this cough that she does throughout the movie when she gets a little tense or whatever. And it's kind of like an type of thing, which I get can be probably a little annoying if it's a constant thing. You know what I mean? And Everett is a little nervous. Meredith is a little nervous about meeting the rest of the family. And because Meredith seems to kind of be an uptight type of character, very stick in the back type of personality. And it seems like the Stones here are kind of like a laid back, joke on you a little bit, but not try to hurt your feelings. Like, where you feel like you're part of the joke and not the butt of the joke. You know what I mean? They kind of roast each other a little bit and things like that. That type of camaraderie amongst the Stone family. And with Everett Stone coming back with Meredith, his plan is to ask his mother for his grandmother's wedding ring or engagement ring to give to Meredith to propose this Christmas holiday. And that's the initial plan. But as the family and Meredith interact more and more, they realize that this is not necessarily someone that's for Everett. And they're trying to contemplate why Everett is with her. And I think Everett starts contemplating that himself throughout the movie. And to a point where when Meredith tries to leave, she calls her sister Julie and Claire Danes to be with her at this hotel for the Christmas holiday because she's not looking to be around the Stone family anymore. So much fact that Thad Stone, he plays a deaf character in the movie. When the mother refuses to give Everett the mother's ring, the grandmother's ring, he still is going to be persistent, go and look for a ring of himself. And Thad is with him, and Thad is kind of asking him, like, don't marry her. That, like, this lady's not for you, or whatever. But everyone's still trying to be very supportive. Thad's husband, I don't know if they necessarily, I forget if they mentioned if they're married or not, but they're in the process of trying to adopt a child. So I'm assuming that they were married. So his husband, his husband Brian, I almost got confused between the actor and the character's name. His brother, his husband Brian is trying to keep Meredith busy as she's trying to cook a traditional dish that her family would make during Christmas. And she winds up having a little confrontation with Amy about why she doesn't like her. The mother's really not liking her. She doesn't really feel like this is a good match for her son Everett and refused to give the ring to Everett to marry Meredith. And so that's where we're at with that. Ben's character, Luke Wilson, for some reason during this whole debacle, this whole screw up of the Christmas uh, vibes and everything, seems to have a thing for Meredith. And at one point, him and Meredith hang out after the big fight, and they wind up like getting drunk and high together, like smoke some pot together, whatever. And she loosened up, and you kind of then start feeling a little bit bad for her because you realize that this whole uptight thing isn't like exactly her, but feels like she has to kind of be like that in order to be successful in the business world type of thing. And she starts realizing that maybe Everett's not for her because she starts kind of enjoying hanging out with Ben a lot. And as Julie came into town, her and Everett start hanging out. And Everett starts realizing that maybe he's definitely more considering that he's with the wrong sister and everything. And yeah, I just really think that this movie really helps set up the dynamic that every family has, that you may be able to get away with some of these shenanigans with your family because, you know, they're your family and they love you and stuff like that. But like when new people come in and there's a clash of personality, I really find that to be telling, because then the commonplace, where's the commonplace found, right? And one of the main reasons why the mother is so adamant about not giving up the ring to Everett and making sure he's marrying the right man is that she seems to be on her way out of this earthly plane, or of the movie. And only her and the husband know, and Luke Wilson's character finds out later on in the movie that this is going to be her last Christmas with the family, and that she wants to make sure that her children are set up to where they need to be. You know what I mean? And eventually, things come together at the end of the movie, and we see like Ben with Meredith here. We see Julie and Everett, I did get that right, come together themselves, and we see Thad and Patrick. Sorry, Patrick was the name of the husband, Patrick Thomas. Thad and Patrick wind up getting their baby adopted. There was this one interesting scene, though, that really was interesting, and you can this is where everything comes to a head in this movie, and the fallout of a lot of things happen from this point on in the movie. Meredith and everyone is sitting down for dinner, right? Just a standard dinner. Wasn't Christmas dinner yet. And being that Thad and Patrick are gay, and there's nothing wrong with that, everybody. I know that. Being that Thad and Patrick are gay and talking about adoption, Meredith decides to start asking if they're going to try to raise the child gay. And it kind of was like an off-putting question at first. Well, it is an off-putting question, because you wouldn't ask a heterosexual couple that's adopting a child, oh, you're going to raise it straight? Right, but so why ask the gay couple that's adopting if they're going to raise the child gay? That's so idiotic. And she also asks, like, are you going to adopt a black baby or a white baby? Because they happen to be an interracial couple. So she's kind of like really asking all the wrong questions in a way. And so much so where you can see it kind of starts affecting Dad a little bit. Like, because he's already probably feeling certain ways about his life from being deaf, from being gay and knowing how the world interacts sometimes with gay people and disabled people. And then you're in an interracial relationship, right? So that's a lot of probably confrontations that people may give him throughout the day because of that or throughout his life. And so he doesn't need that at his home when he's hanging out with his family and his husband and trying to just be himself, right? So much so that when Craig T. Nelson's character, Kelly Stone, the most sympathetic character for other people in this movie, like slams the table. He's like, enough! Enough with your questions! And everyone just shuts the fuck up. You know what I mean? Because for him to have that outburst compared to the rest of the movie and after the movie was a real eye-opener for everyone at the dinner table. Like, yeah, that was just a really intense thing. And because at one point Meredith was like, I'm not meaning that, meaning like that I'm trying to be mean. And Everett turns around, he's like, well, what are you meaning? Because at this point, it's his brother that she's talking about and making him feel uncomfortable. And that's when she decided to take off and go to the hotel, and the sister comes in and all this other stuff. And really kind of just puts a lot of things into perspective for people and makes people confront their own emotions about these things in their life. You know what I mean? With family, bringing in extra loved ones to be part of that family, and hoping against hope that everything will come together. And sometimes it doesn't. And what's the scarier realization, that you're going to be alone or you're going to be with someone who your family doesn't love or care for because of how they are? If you come from any family, is going to have their dysfunction and their wonky interactions and stuff. And I thought that this movie itself really highlighted that a lot, because it kind of added a little bit of everything there, you know what I mean, to think about and to nosh on when it comes to relationships, and any relationship, right? Family, friends, romantic, business, whatever it is, you have to really make sure you know what you're getting into, and if this is exactly what you want. Now, every relationship isn't going to be perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship. People say that it doesn't take hard work to maintain a relationship. I never really put in the work at all for it, because the easy work is when you're getting along, watching the same shows, laughing at the same jokes, enjoying the same hobbies. The hard work comes in when there's a difference of opinion, that there's going to be no resolution to that for the time being. And can those people continue to grow and love each other, even though there's a difference of opinion that's not going to be resolved? And this movie brings that to the forefront and makes you question yourself through questioning these relationships in this movie. This movie looked beautiful. It was shot, like the way it was shot was nice. The acting is top notch, in my opinion. You can't really get a much better cast than this at that time period, especially. I mean, you have Academy Award winners and nominees. You have just a really good cast here. And if you have yet to watch The Family Stone, I suggest checking this out, because I think that it will become regular in your household during the holiday times. But only you will let me know that down below. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff, because the march to 500 subscribers still continues. And only together can we go straight to the moon, baby. Until next time, guys. Peace.